Hello dear students, now that we have studied the explanation of monohybrid cross, let us have a look at the graphical representation for the same. This is for our better understanding. So, the parental generation, that is the parental tall, is always chosen to be the female parent, and the parental dwarf is always chosen to be the male parent, where the parental tall has a genotype of capital T and the parental dwarf has a genotype of small t. This parental generation is further undergoing separation or segregation of gametes. They form only one type of gamete. Both tall will produce only a single gamete for tall, and the dwarf will produce single gametes for dwarf. These further fuse to form the F1 generation. Now the F1 that is formed is basically a hybrid containing both combination of a dominant tall and a recessive dwarf. But due to dominance, all the F1 plants appear to be tall. Further, this F1 generation, as we saw, shows a phenotype of all tall, but a genotype of both dominant and recessive trait, that is tall as well as dwarf. This F1 generation further undergoes selfing. During the selfing of the F1 generation, the F1 hybrid undergoes gamete formation and segregation to form two types of gametes, where one may produce dominant trait whereas the other equal part may produce a recessive trait. These further undergo selfing or fusion. During the selfing of F1 monohybrid, let's see what are the offsprings formed. We are going to see this in the form of a Punnett square. So, the male gametes fuse with the female gametes to form a single homozygous tall, two heterozygous tall, and one homozygous dwarf, which is showing a phenotypic ratio of 3:1, where 3 appear to be tall and 1 appears to be dwarf, whereas the genotypic ratio is 1 pure tall, 2 hybrid tall, and 1 pure dwarf. That is, here in the image we see that these 3 checkers show us 3 tall, whereas this one shows us 1 dwarf, which obviously is the phenotypic ratio, whereas this one is a pure tall, these 2 are hybrid tall, and this one is a pure dwarf, which shows us a genotypic ratio. So here students, we are done with the graphical representation. I hope you've understood the concept better. Now let us start with Mendel's laws of inheritance, where we are going to cover law of dominance and law of segregation. Thank you.